Hey, what's up peeps? This is Ashen Eclipse back with another quick video. This is just part 2 of the Diablo news that I'm going over. Just the couple last things that I didn't have time to go over in the last video. Mainly because I'm trying to stick to having my videos around half an hour. I'm trying to get my videos actually to where they're shorter, but there is some difficulties with that, considering I don't have any kind of editing software yet. But go over this real quick. First thing is just a kind of first look preview, basically, of the Necromancer sets and legendary items. So if you scroll down here, they have all the different sets listed, and if you just click on one, it brings up a little neat little window of all the set information as far as the set bonuses go. So that's really handy in my opinion. Yet another way you can preview Necromancer stuff without necessarily going into the beta testing of the actual game. And then the video here, I'm sure it's just them previewing the difference between sets. And then below that is the Necromancer specific legendary items that you can preview as well, which works the same way as the sets, where you can just click on something, it'll bring up a separate window and it'll give you information on what the item is, what kind of stats it has, and then what its unique affix is. So really nifty and helpful tool in my opinion for those of us that don't necessarily want to beta test. And then for the last thing, this is the Rise of the Necromancer Pack, which was announced on the 5th of this month. So I know I'm covering this kind of late, but I figured it'd be better to cover it than not cover it at all. So Rise of the Necromancer Pack, I believe that it actually is its official name for the pack. And then for getting the pack, you get a pet, which is this half-formed golem, which looks more like a body just attached to a giant heart. I don't know. I don't know. It's cool either way, but yeah, definitely interesting. And then you have some wings, of course, which are the wings of the Crypt Guardian. These are basically just kind of some skeletal bat wings with some glowy stuff, but I do think they look pretty cool. I think even if they didn't have the glowy stuff, they would still look really cool just as a basic design kind of standpoint. And then finally we have the portrait, which is very Necromancer themed with the skeleton and darker kind of white and silver colors with that teal. Then the banner, which is pretty much nothing but skulls and then a sword. And the thing that kind of caught my attention the most actually was the banner shape, because I noticed the bottom is actually designed to look like a larger skull, so that was actually pretty interesting. I think they did a good job with that. And then of course lastly is the pennant, which it's interesting because it's a red color, so it doesn't really match with the other two items, the portrait or the banner, but there is a blood set for Necromancer, so the pennant from that point of view actually does make sense. And it's a skull with some spiky parts on it, and looks like a sword hilt or sword handle. And yeah, it's got some glowy parts as well, and I think it doesn't look too bad. Personally, I've never been a fan of the pennants. I've never really used them at all, other than during season 3, which was actually the only season that I've used pennants, because for me personally, I just find them more of a distraction than anything else. And wait, let's see. There's other parts to this pack too that I skipped over, which is it gives you full access to the new class, including Necromancer, exclusive set and legendary items, with 2 additional stash tabs and character slots. So the stash tabs and character slots are pretty cool. Personally, have never run into issues with not having enough stash tabs or character slots, but I'm sure for the people that have played really dedicatedly through each season, probably are starting to run out of character slots, especially in their non-season. So that's a cool little bonus too, aside from just the cosmetic items that you get from the pack. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much all I wanted to go over. Just these last 2 quick things that I can fit into the other video. Just to give you guys as much information and news as I could. A lot of things can't. A lot of these could have just been noticed just if you were to go to the standard Diablo 3 website, just the home website, because they have all their recent news on the very first page there. So none of the stuff that I've covered is necessarily new or groundbreaking or unheard of. I just felt like it would be nice to give a video for you guys just going over the stuff, just to make it a little quicker rather than you guys having to search around for yourselves to find this kind of information. But if you like this video, go ahead and leave it a like. If you're new and aren't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. If you like the video or other content on my channel, feel free to share the video as well if you see fit. And that'll do it for me for this video, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Later.